Hey, it's Laura here, and I wanted to come on and send some positive vibes and encouragement to those of you who are dealing or struggling with loss and grief during this time in your life. The holidays just passed, and I met a couple of individuals as well as we've dealt with loss in our family as well. But I met a couple of individuals who, one particular, had a moment that she had to step out from the room, and then she came back and she was like, "Excuse me, I've been crying." And I'm like, there's no reason to apologize for the emotions of losing someone close to you in your life or losing someone in your life, period. A lot of my videos now have evolved to understanding your mind, your emotions, your feelings, and how they affect you moving forward in your current realities. And I wanted to just let you all know that this all came from, or everything that I'm doing came from me losing my sister in 2011 and me overcoming loss and grief and being able to create and find happiness in my life, purpose and passion in my life as I went through a 7-year journey of finding myself again after losing her. I felt like I lost a sense of who I was. I felt like I lost, I lost a piece of me. We were 2 years apart and she was 32, and that time of my life was very, I wouldn't say dark, but it was very hard. It was very hard. I dealt with confusion. I felt with feeling like I was lost. I felt like blaming myself for some of, like, if only I could have did something different to change our outcome. I felt anxiety. I dealt with anxiety a lot about moving forward and, my life changing and I'll never have her. And, there were many nights where I would go to sleep and I would feel like, is she's going to walk through the door? Is this a nightmare? And I could feel the presence of, like, I feel that she's here, but it was almost like a scary feeling. And it was just that feeling of the unknown. She had always been in my life. And so for me, it felt like, what's happening? It shook my world. It was like viewing the movies or seeing people that have dealt with it, and you give your condolences and you're sorry. But this was now happening to me the day of when I lost my sister. I remember coming to my house, and my house was filled with family and friends, just, I'm sorry, and trying to be there for me. And it was like the Twilight Zone. I really felt like I was a zombie, just moving through the motions. Like, I don't really know what's happening. And I'm saying all that to say, if you look back at some of my older videos, I talk a little bit more about, finding the breakthrough and moving forward. And so I'll upload them up here somewhere, or I'll upload a few videos so that you can go back to the beginning of where this all began. This isn't about telling you what to do, how you're going to heal, the time that you're going to heal, but it is about saying that you will get through it. And it's up to you. It's up to you to, want to find the light in whatever it is that you're feeling. Find the happiness. Think of the happy memories and the things that you guys enjoyed together, and remember the good times, right? I remember the first year, it was a lot of, it was the first of everything without her. And so it was difficult. And I remember leading up to Christmases and leading up to Christmas and leading up to birthdays, leading up to all the first of moments was like a week of crying, just a week of moments, a whole week of just feeling like this is really happening without her. This is really happening without her. My 30th birthday was the last birthday that I had with Latrice. And so my the 31st birthday was amazing because everybody came out in support and we had a funky good time. But after that party, I remember there was one instance where I had the worst panic attack ever. I remember having to get out of the house and just being like, I got to get out of here. I got to get out of here. I got to get out of here. I couldn't breathe. I needed to get fresh air. And I remember just driving up the street to Sonic, and my husband drove me, and, he couldn't really understand where I was going, what I was going through, what I was dealing with in that moment. He was like, all right, well, let's get out the house then. And I just remember breathing and my face, my left side of my face. And I remember my lip becoming numb and me being like, oh my God, am I about to snap to a dark side? Like, is this what's happening to me? And I remember just breathing through the moment and praying and getting through that. And that was a moment that changed a lot of who I was in that space, to be like, I cannot go through life like this. This is not what life is about. And that was the moment that I guess you could say, woke up and said, I'm ready to move forward, because that was the scariest moment ever, after to feel that, I was going down. I was going down. It wasn't a depression. It wasn't a feeling of feeling depressed. It was a feeling of anxiety, of afraid of moving forward. And that was the day that I was able to wake up, or that night that I was able to wake up and say, I'm ready to move forward. Now, I still had moments. I still had episodes. We created a nonprofit in her honor about speaking on bipolar disorder and suicide prevention. And what I didn't realize at the time, in speaking and sharing our story to help others, it was a form of talk therapy. And so I encourage you to, if you have people that are in your corner, family, friends that are in your corner, that, that love you and care for you, then be open to talking. Release it. Get it off of your chest, and don't be ashamed of crying and having emotions about losing someone that all you know is having them in your life. Let that go, release it, talk about it, and you'll find that you'll begin to go through these emotions of sadness to the memories and the happiness. Okay, it takes time. It didn't happen overnight. But there were many days that I got up on stage, or that I spoke to people and I would break down crying. And then there were many days where the energy of me finding peace in speaking with other people, I was able to find strength behind sharing my story. And here we are today, and I don't necessarily share the details and the deepness of her dealing with bipolar disorder and committing suicide anymore, because I've grown and I've evolved from there. And Joli Day, Beautiful Mind, is about blossoming your beautiful mind from where you were, where you are now, and visualizing and believing in yourself as you move forward, understanding that this too shall pass, and you will get back on track. I hope that you find a little uplifting encouragement and positive vibes through this. All of that, right? All of that. Like I said, I'll upload the videos up here. If you're looking for more of, where I was, so that you can see the evolution of where I am. And this is not just meant for me. I try to be transparent and share a lot of the things that I've dealt with, and share my day-to-day, my present moment, so that I can look back and say, wow, I've grown. Because sometimes it's easy to forget where you were and what you've overcome as you stand in your present moment. And so I want to encourage you to be present in your moment, conscious living, and breathe and focus in on where you are, and understand and gain clarity on where you want to be. The last thing that I'll leave you with is, I remember telling myself at a point when I was just ready to move forward that I don't want to cry anymore. I don't want to cry anymore. I don't want to cry anymore. I don't want to feel sadness. I don't want pity. I don't want sympathy. I want to find happiness, and I want to be able to share laughter. I want to be able to share how much she lived and how much she loved life. I want to be able to share the highlights of Latrice, not the lows of what has me feeling sad, right? I want to be able to remember that. And by not wanting to cry anymore, seeking for the positive memories that we had together, I'm able to visualize and live in those moments, and in that spirit, moving forward. And I believe that Joli Day, I've gained so much through this journey after loss and grief. And I love where I am. I love where I am. I love everything that has manifested from this sad place. And I want you to find hope in this video, hopefully, that you will find peace as you move forward through your loss and your grief too. So don't feel shame. Don't feel sad. Don't feel bad about having emotions and the emotions that trigger these, the tears. release it. Release it, let it go, and continue to move forward. Everything of the first and everything that reminds you of this individual, it's going to bring those emotions, but learn to find the happiness and the positive and the good memories as you move forward from the tears to joy. We all have to go, and it's just a hard truth in life. And I don't think anyone can ever truly prepare to lose someone that you love. But I do want you to continue to stick around and hopefully find some uplifting and encouraging words as you kind of navigate through a couple of these videos that are here to help you understand your emotions and help you understand how to let go of the past, to heal, learn, and grow so that you're able to be present in your moment as you visualize and believe in a promising future as you move forward in life. All of that, right? So I hope that this video makes sense to you. I felt like it was necessary. I don't know who this is for and who I'm speaking to, but I felt that it was necessary to come on and give you some hope, some light. I'm here. I made it. I've overcome. I'm stronger. I'm wiser. I'm bolder than ever, moving out of and overcoming what I dealt with my pain, loss, and grief. And you will too. I believe in you. Have an amazing day. And stay tuned. If this is your first time visiting this channel, make sure you hit the subscription button and the bell, as my kids would say, so that you get the notifications as I continue to upload more videos to help you pursue the best version of yourself and to experience new levels in your life. Mwah.